Hello everyone! And welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals. And this time, this is the continuation of our Jurassic Park 30th anniversary celebration. And in this series, we're going to feature the Lego custom Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus.
So we have here created a kit bash for the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. I made to it that I follow through the exact proportions of the actual animatronic, and although this is quite large, to be honest, compared to a minifigure here, it still works because the Dilophosaurus from Lego actually is quite large as well. So here you have the revised Dilophosaurus from Lego, the one with one stud here on the back. As you can see here, it's also quite a large figure, still comparing it with the minifigure here, which is Allan Grant. And this is a little bit smaller, but a bit thinner in any case, and it has that S-shaped neck to it, so hoping that we get a good scope on this one. So we'll be proceeding with the scope and we'll see how it ends. And as you can see here, we have already completed the scope on our Dilophosaurus. You can see that I've used Pioneer non-sag epoxy A and B, mix them up together, and we have a clay base for this one. And very much similar to the Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park, it has this really thin S-shaped neck to it, a thin body, more or less more straight legs than the raptors, I might say, and of course a long fragile tail. And so we're just going to wait for this to cure around 3 or 4 hours more. Once it's super hard, it's now time for us to do some wet sanding, and after that we're going to paint it. Alright, so we have our Dilophosaurus here already primered. It's now time for us to put on some color onto it. So we'll be using some brushes, different sizes over here, a few acrylics, and some water. We'll be also using my handy dandy hair dryer over here, just in case we want to hasten the process. And now let's start with the coloring. So the first color will be a mixture of some chromium green, just a little, just to give it that greenish coloration. And we have here white, of course, and some platinum, what do you call this again, unbleached titanium. So we mix them up together, and now we're going to paint it. Paint the rest of the figure. Well, entirely on the figure. It's a big let's just do that for several layers. So over here, and drying so that each layer turn out perfect, so that it would attain that really smooth and what do you call that, opaque coloration on the figure. Now for our secondary color, this is a mix of what we had on earlier, but we add more greens and also some yellow ochre into it. So this will serve as a transition color of the lighter, almost white color to the more green colors on the body of the Dilophosaurus. So we're painting this on strategic areas such as that of the thighs, the back, the areas of the tail as well, and also the head section of our Dilophosaurus. Now, using a light wash of the darker version of what we had on earlier, this is a lessened white on the colors. Added the oxide chromium green, yellow ochre, more on the yellow ochre to be honest, and then we're going to paint this on speckling details on some of the areas of our Dilophosaurus. So darker areas of this greenish yellowish taupe color would enhance the color on our Dilophosaurus. Now to put on some blush. So this is some red that I have conjured up, and I'm removing much of the paint, and I'm trying to, sorry about that. I'm trying to dry brush some of the sections here. I'm trying to put on some blushing coloration here on the neck area over here. Once that sticks, we're going to somehow use some tissue paper like so and dab out some of the colors, so that would make it some a bit of blushing effect on our Dilophosaurus. So we're going to do this several times until you have your desired coloration. And we're almost halfway. Now we have here a mixture of black and some raw umber, and we're going to draw on the patterns. Now I'm being very careful here not to overdraw on the patterns, because this is a very crucial element of the design. So first up, I draw some of the edges like so. Then slowly we're going to close in and fill in the gaps. So we're going to do this on, well, technically the entire body, making use of the references that we have. Currently I'm using the Marcomake's guide to design guide to Jurassic Park. I can link down the or I will be placing the link to the PDF file on my on my description box below. So here we're just continuing on with the details. So if you have several imperfections on your sculpt, this is where you hide it. So if you have some sculpt discrepancies such as this one, this is how you are going to hide it. So with the patterns that you have for the black sections, you just cover them up and follow through with the lines. So we have completed this side of the markings. It's still wet, so we're going to dry it up a bit, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Makes a lot of difference, right? Now we put in the fine details. So this would include, of course, putting in the eyes, and also coloring in the insides of the mouth. But most importantly, you should use a fine tip brush and outline the black patterns on the back of the Dilophosaurus using this off-white acrylic color. Now, if you do have a fine tip pen or a permanent marker, it would be easier to do that. But since I don't have one, I'm using my my brush. And that should be it for our making of the Dilophosaurus. We can now move on to the next part of this video.
And here are the Custom Species Contest winners, and we have 10 lucky picks. Here they are. Ruled on Art, JURASSIC, Victor Gabriel, YouTubes, Dakota Loves Dinosaurs, El Cabo Cerdito, Epic Jason X9000, Rain Mark, Showshri, Third the Mr. Therizinosaurus. Congratulations everyone on our top 10 winners. Gabriel Elkins,
Top 9.
Swollen Head of Dragon,
Top 8.
Tun Lin Wang,
Top 7.
Lego Darkness World,
Top 6.
Dino Beast,
Top
Aran
5.
Hastings the Gamer,
Top 4.
Remnatu,
Top
Mr.
3.
T-Rex,
Top 2.
Prehistoric Life,
And
and
Top
Cretaceous
1.
Bricks. Congratulations everyone! And I'll see you in the next Kisses PC contest. For those of you who'd like to join yourself, just click on the Extinct Bricks icon, it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. On the homepage, just click on the community link to see all our posts. But before anything else, happy birthday to you, Prehistoric Life! Enjoy your day! And now for a closer look on our Dilophosaurus.
Alright guys, so we have here our Jurassic Park movie, Dilophosaurus. I haven't got the chance to make one in the past, and it's about high time that we make one, and here it is. So of course, Evie here along with our friend, well, foe, I don't know, here, Nadri, to come join us in, presenting our Dilophosaurus movie by Extinct Bricks. Well, of course, as you know, in the movie, Nedry is the victim of our Dilophosaurus. Serves him right? Well, let's now proceed with the closer look on our Dilophosaurus, shall we? So, here you got our Dilophosaurus, and if for some reason one of you or two of you guys don't know how it looks like, here's a reference photo, guys, for you all to see. This is from the reference that I got. Marco makes made one, and so it's actually a very useful guide for most customizers and also repainters such as me. Alright, so I've modified here the Dilophosaurus so that it would actually look like the Dilophosaurus in that particular reference. So making changes to the head, the neck, of course, the body, the tail, well, and also all the legs. Well, technically everything. So, basing off from the Dilophosaurus that we have from Lego, as well as the previous Dilophosaurus that I made, this one is as close as it gets to the movie Dilophosaurus. However, this one is a bit bigger than the Dilophosaurus there, but that's actually okay because, having a smaller Dilophosaurus would mean that the articulation would be compromised, as well as it would be harder for me to make the custom as is. Alright, so let's now move along with what this Dilophosaurus does. So it can open and close its mouth, of course, yes. It has to crest over the top of its head. It has these frills painted on both sides, of course. Arms can move like so. Of course, the legs as well can move. The tail is not movable, but the latter half is actually quite flexible as well. Now, as you can see here, the frills here can be removed like so. Yes. So you can take out the what do you call this? The frills, and connect it again. Yes, it's so easy like that. So you can play with your Dilophosaurus with or without the frills. So let's take a look at it without the frills, right? So, but wait, for a while, let's just take a look closely at how I painted this one. So the frills are actually made of flexible foam, and it's like a hairband of some sort. You attach it to the back of the neck of our Dilophosaurus. The back side is likewise printed based off the Marco Makes reference guide, like so. And let's now move along with our Dilophosaurus. So the Dilophosaurus neck is quite what do you call that? Slender, and it's an S-shaped neck. It's quite long and much longer, I guess, compared to the usual Velociraptor, and it is much slender in if you're going to take a look at it from this side as well as from the top view, like so. The crest here are modified as well so that it would have that spike at the end, and this rounded like crest to it. The eyes are embedded in a dark background, like so you can really see it. The painting on the backside and also on the sides of the Dilophosaurus, I made it as much as possible as I can to be as symmetrical as the other side, but there are slight differences in terms of the overall shape of the what do you call those other patterns on the back, but nonetheless they're very similar in so many ways as well. The claws here are also painted black, and also the claws on the legs are also painted black. So the insides of the mouth are likewise painted. We're going to take a look at here. So I painted the insides of the mouth with a flesh reddish color, and of course the teeth with bone white. And of course I did some blushings on the body, which actually elevated the figure to a whole new level. Alright, so that's it for our Dilophosaurus closer look. I hope you enjoyed that one. Yes, I did. And we're going to now proceed with the next portion of this video.
Moving on to size comparisons.
And we're back for some size comparisons. But wait, where's Evie? Oh no! Hehehe, I took care of him. What? You're a bad man, Nedry. Dilophosaurus power spit. Yeah, serves you right. Well, Evie here is back for some size comparisons. Now, taking a look at the Dilophosaurus here, definitely it's a bit bigger than what we usually have for Jurassic Park. But nonetheless, here's a comparison teeth sizes between the normal, Dilophosaurus size and versus our Dilophosaurus here. Well, that's it for now, guys. Now let's now compare with other Dilophosauruses that we have. First up, we have LEGO Dilophosaurus. So this LEGO Dilophosaurus was just recently released. There's a bigger Dilophosaurus compared to this one, and then you'll see that later on. So this LEGO Dilophosaurus is, a bit smaller, I guess, but almost the same size as our Dilophosaurus. This one has a longer tail, but nonetheless, the sizes are a bit similar or not at all that different. This one doesn't have, articulations in the legs and on the arms. However, it does articulate here on the jaw here, and yeah, you can see here the coloration is not that not that accurate to the movie or even in Dominion, but it still is a good figure in my opinion. Well, let's now move along with another Dilophosaurus from LEGO. And here's another Dilophosaurus by LEGO. As you can see here, the LEGO brand over there. It's quite big, it's the usual Velociraptor size. And although it does have, a really good coloration to it, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8, colors, different colors on this one compared to this Dilophosaurus. I think the overall look to it is still very, I would say, raptor-like. This Dilophosaurus, however, has the stance of the Dilophosaurus in the movie. It's very much movie accurate, but nonetheless, I'm just showing to you here the comparison between our current, Dilophosaurus and the Dilophosaurus from LEGO. I also did a few, modifications on the previous Lego Dilophosaurus here to include several details very similar to that of the movie, like so, but still it's very bright. As you can see, it's almost yellow green. This one doesn't have the frills, so I'm not sure if this one is in my roster of videos in Extinct Freaks, but I'll be putting in the link below so that you'll see it as well. Also, I made a few recent customs for a Dilophosaurus. Here's the one I made for Jurassic World Dominion, and although this one has a different stance to it, also a longer tail and an S-shaped neck, this one is not as accurate, I guess, as what we have here currently for the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. Alright, but still this is a good attempt for a custom on a Dilophosaurus. So I'm keeping this one because I really like it nonetheless. Right, so also I made a Dilophosaurus from before, which is the novel Dilophosaurus. This is a really big one. In the novel, the Dilophosaurus is described as a leopard-like appearance and is over 9 feet tall, and as you can see here, it's really quite big. So if this is around let's say 6 or 7 feet, then definitely it's around the accurate size as that of the Dilophosaurus. So this one is a big one. Also, this one has a removable frill to it, like so. This one also has a removable frill to it, but I guess I misplaced it somewhere. But yeah, so this is the Dilophosaurus for the Jurassic Park novel. So if you haven't seen the video yet on this one, it's a really cool video, guys. Please check it out. The Dilophosaurus for Jurassic Park. Also, Uncle Mike made a Dilophosaurus level 40 for Jurassic Park. The game, and it's here. So it's quite colorful, and it's a menace. Look at it. It's quite big. It's bigger than the Dilophosaurus that I have for the novel. It has a real tall crest to it, and magnificent coloration on over the body of the Dilophosaurus. It even has those what do you call those, paper-like thingies on the edge of the tail. So this one is a cool custom as well. If you haven't seen the video yet on the level 40 Dilophosaurus, please check it out, guys, on EB Toy Universe. Don't forget the universe. Also, just to complete the comparison, I have here a few of the smaller theropods that we've seen in Jurassic Park the movie. Here is the Velociraptor repaint that I just recently created for you guys, so please check out the video. Also, I have here the Gallimimus from before. So these are cool customs as well, so please check out the videos on both these dinosaurs. Definitely this one is almost the same size as that of the Dilophosaurus, because it's the same, technically the same base figure that I made. However, the Gallimimus definitely is much larger and much taller than our Dilophosaurus. Well, that's it for the size comparisons, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let's now move on with our next portion of the video. Yeah. And this is Extinct Freaks PC Roll Call, and we have here all the creatures that I've shown here so far on this particular video. And if you do have other suggestions of other species that you'd like to see here on this channel, please don't hesitate to comment down below, and I'll be reading them up. And if I feel that we can include that into my collection, then definitely we'll be including those. Also, Evie here would like to remind you guys that all that you see here is available in our Extinct Freaks playlist. But I'll also be placing in individual links of the customs that you see here, so that you won't have to go through all 400 and plus videos that I've already uploaded here on this channel. Well, let's start with our Extinct Bricks PC roll call. Let's start from this side, shall we? So these are my Lego collection of Dilophosauruses. This is the new Dilophosaurus. This one is way back 2015, I guess, and this one is way back in 2000, I believe. Or, well, anyways. So this is EBTOY Universe Level 40 Jurassic World, the game, Dilophosaurus. This is our Jurassic World or Jurassic Park novel, Dilophosaurus by Extinct Bricks. This is my Extinct Bricks repaint of the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park. This is my Jurassic World Dominion Dilophosaurus. This is my Extinct Bricks Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Gallimimus. This is my repaint of the Dilophosaurus, old Dilophosaurus, and this is my Fearless Dilophosaurus from before as well. And of course, to start the show here, this is our Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park, the movie. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I really, wanted to make it as true as possible to the movie in terms of, well, everything. So I hope the dedication that I created here or made here made you guys smile and like this video. Also, since you're watching this, and if you feel like you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And please don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be aware of all the contents on my channel and what's happening on Extinct Bricks. Well, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next. Bye for now. Also, please do not forget to support our other channels, EBTOY Universe and The Adventures of Moira and Usher. Please watch their videos and support their channel by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino brain roar! Thanks everyone!